So I'm here today at the Roman Baths in Bath today. Wow, this is really something spectacular. My first time ever seeing this. It's amazing. Some of this dates back to 76 AD. Okay, so let's begin this video by taking a walk down below the Pulteney Bridge. So I've been in Bath now for 5 days and 4 nights, and you know, I think this is definitely a city you got to put on your bucket list, especially if you're a history buff and you want to see some really pristine, beautiful things that are really old. This is the place to be. I've really enjoyed my stay here and definitely recommend it. So I spent 4 nights right here at the Henrietta House on Henrietta Street, which was less than a 5-minute walk over to the famous Pulteney Bridge. And I would walk down below the bridge, and I'm going to take you on this little walk I would do every morning all along the waterfront. Beautiful walk. I mean, I'm taking you with me now, and you're seeing what I see every morning. And I'm going to take you to breakfast with me, and you know, we go through everything you're seeing through these little tunnels along the water. Super peaceful, loaded with birds, and it was really, really nice. And this is the walk exactly. I did this every single morning, and I don't know, 15 minutes later, I found my favorite little breakfast spot, which I ate at 4 mornings in a row, right next to the train station, the Bath Spa train station. So I enjoyed this little cafe. It had really good coffee and an excellent breakfast, and so I went back here every single morning for 4 mornings in a row. But hang out with me for a while and be sure not to skip out in this video too early, because I'm going to take you on a nice deeper dive into the Roman baths, which should be your #1 reason why you're coming to Bath. It is incredibly interesting, historically important, and I've got some great video inside the baths. So hang around at least until we get into the Roman baths. And then I'm also going to take you to Bath Abbey, which is an incredibly famous church. So there's a lot happening later on, but we're going to take a little walk through Bath for a minute, and then we'll get to the Roman baths. So hang around for a while. You know, there's a good energy here in Bath. You know, it's just really got a good feeling about it. It's a really walkable city. You can walk on both sides of this river, and one side is really peaceful with this beautiful walk, and then the other side's got all the amazing architecture that is just stunning, that just keep you in awe the whole time you're here. So this house was built in 1482. 1482. I mean, it's just everywhere you go in Bath, you know, you just see these incredibly medieval old buildings, and the streets even show the wear in some places. You can see the stones are actually worn from so many years of walking. And that's what makes this city so incredibly interesting.
Drink all the beer and the whiskey and gin. Look at all the handsome young men always hanging out. Well, that's what I'm gonna do, she said.
Like you've never done before. Ain't no use in calling out, you'll never do no harm. When you roosted, you never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright.
What you gonna do in town?
This massive building known as the Royal Crescent was built in 1767 as a building for the elite members of Bath to reside. And yes, that means people have been using these hot springs for 2,000 years. Okay, so thanks for hanging out with me, because in just a minute, I'm going to take you inside the Roman baths, and I have stunning footage on a perfect day, so you're going to really enjoy this, so hang out a bit. So I'm here today at the Roman Baths in Bath today, and wow, this is really something spectacular. My first time ever seeing this. It's amazing. Some of this dates back to 76 AD, like really old. The stones, are so well worn. I mean, really well worn, and it's just amazing that this is still here and still producing water, and so this has been a really good experience to explore this. And if you're ever in Bath, well, this is probably the number one thing you need to be doing, is come to the Roman baths. So yeah, what an excitement. And ironically, just as you leave the Roman baths, you discover that the novel Frankenstein was written here in 1816 from a house that once stood right here. Really amazing. And then as you turn around, you see the very famous Bath Abbey, founded in the 7th century. And then it was rebuilt again in the 12th and 16th centuries. So in my opinion, this is the second most famous thing to do in Bath, only after the Roman baths. But you do have to pay a small fee to go inside here, but you must do it. You must go inside here and experience the feeling you get to look up at the ceiling in person, to see the hand-carved pews of the church, to see the many, many plaques that are carved into the stone, and the many, many bodies that are buried here. So you got to check it out. It's just something you must do while you're in Bath. So I've been in Bath now for 5 days and 4 nights, and you know, I think this is definitely a city you got to put on your bucket list, especially if you're a history buff and you want to see some really pristine, beautiful things that are really old. This is the place to be. I've really enjoyed my stay here, and definitely recommend it. You know, there's a good energy here in Bath. You know, it's just really got a good feeling about it. It's a really walkable city. You can walk on both sides of this river, and one side is really peaceful with this beautiful walk, and then the other side's got all the amazing architecture that is just stunning, that just keep you in awe the whole time you're here. I would say you could do it in 2 days. I would say 3 days is perfect, but you know, obviously the more time you have, the better. But it's a really cool place to be, and I've really enjoyed it. And you can see by the pictures that, you know, I'm not exaggerating about Bath. You know, if you're coming from the cruise port in Southampton, it's only a short stop on the train. It's really not that long, you know. You just get on the train and you're here in no time. And then you could also take the train from here to London, which is what I'm doing next. You know, I'm headed to London for 4 nights. And you know, the system here, the train system is so user-friendly. So, you know, it's really accessible. You don't need to rent a car or anything. In fact, I don't want anything to do with having to figure that out. So yeah, the train is great. I love it. And hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. And I do hope you'll give this video a like and subscribe. And check out some of my other adventure videos in Amsterdam and Belgium and Iceland and Norway. But hang out with me again, and let's do another adventure together.